The practice of true detachment will actually draw your desire into physical form, into your reality, and with more ease. Welcome to the Words of Wisdom podcast. This is the place to be to raise the consciousness within in order to create a life and business of ease, flow, and freedom. This podcast offers inspiring stories, strategies, and special guests to help you become your most aligned self. I am Minerva Maharajh, a former NBA Toronto Raptors dancer turned ICF accredited spiritual life coach, founder of Goddess of Wisdom Spiritual Life Coaching, and Star Seed Academy coach training. My soul's mission is to show you the impossible is truly possible. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's get to awakening your soul's wisdom. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Words of Wisdom. It's me, Minerva, and I took a couple of weeks off, if you didn't hear, where I was just taking a rest and reset in my energy, in perspective. I was feeling like things were feeling a little stagnant, stuck. Things weren't flowing the way I want. It was a little forced is how it felt, and living in alignment to energy leads first. Energy is everything. When it doesn't feel good, stop doing what you're doing. And that's basically what I did. And I got the rest and reset I needed. And I'm back with weekly episodes for you, as well as an exciting workshop that I have called Destined Desires, where I'm going to help you access the desires meant to come to life for you. This is a workshop that's happening on Tuesday, November 1st, and it's happening live via Zoom. And I'm going to help you rediscover your true desires, reignite your motivation and momentum to make these desires come to life, and redirect your steps in the direction of actually making them happen. Too often, I find that we go after these goals and we don't even ask ourselves why exactly we are going after these goals, what they actually mean to us. And sometimes we have false meanings attached to them, which makes the process of manifesting very grueling, and the whole journey of manifesting and bringing your goals into your reality, into life, draining and not sustainable. So this is what inspired this workshop, Destined Desires, because when you access the desires that are deep within, that are meant for you to come to life, when you discover what those actually are, the flow, the momentum, the energy, the steps just follow through. So I'm going to walk you through the 3 steps in this workshop. Again, it's happening live Tuesday, November 1st, and I'm offering early bird price of $22. It's just a $22 class. So just go to goddessofwisdom.ca/destined desires to sign up, and then the price is going to go up to $55. So it's a no-brainer. You were going to be together live. I'm going to go through the 3 steps. You're going to have an opportunity to ask questions about your next steps in manifesting, and you're going to have access to this, the notes and the videos for a lifetime. And so I'm excited to share this with you. So go to goddessofwisdom.ca/destined desires to sign up today. Now, what is our topic today? Our topic today is being detached from your desires. Now, why the heck would you want to be detached from your desires? The reason you want to be detached from your desires is because when you are too attached to the outcome, to the fact that it has to happen, it has to come to life, it has to happen now, it hasn't happened now, why isn't it happening now? You are actually pushing your very desire away. So the practice of true detachment will actually draw your desire into physical form, into your reality, and with more ease. So how do you become detached from your desires? The way to become detached from your desires is to stop being attached to the outcome. Crickets. Stop being detached to the outcome. Well, come to this workshop, first of all. And especially if you think you know your desires, come and do a reset, because I even needed that for myself this past year. And when I take these breaks, it really helps me reconnect to what are my true desires and why do I want them, right? And once you are clear on that, you set it on the shelf. And people are so afraid to do that because they think like, oh, then it's not going to come. It's not going to happen. And I'm not going to do the right things to get there. There's that fear that creeps in. And that's exactly what attachment is. Attachment is ego. Fear is ego, right? So once you have set, become clear on what your desire is, know it is already done. You have already created it. You have created it in the mind. You have created an intention. You have created it in your energy field. You have created it on some level, on some realm, and some dimension, time and space and reality. It exists. You wouldn't be able to see it or feel it or sense it if it didn't exist for you. And once you are clear that this is your true soul desire, this is a desire that it is meant for you, it will happen for you. So you can just set that to the side and know that it is done. Write it on your journal. Put it by your nightstand. Put it on a Post-it note. Look at your goal on your vanity. I have like it used to be like these pretty pictures and diagrams I used to do on Canva, but it's straight up just a lined piece of paper right now. As I especially become clear and go deeper into my true desires. And so you will set it and let it. That's the goal. Set it and let it. Okay? And when you are detached, so detachment is not being so fixated on that it happens. How do I make it happen? When will it happen? It needs to happen now. Why doesn't it happen now? That's ego coming into play. And when you practice true detachment, and I'm going to talk about how exactly you do that and what that looks like. When you truly practice that, you give yourself the space and you actually step more into, when you're not operating in ego, when you're not operating in attachment, then you're truly operating, or you have space, you open up a space in operating from your essence, from your soul, from your true self, whatever you want to name it. Everyone names it differently and I use it interchangeably. But it's that space, it's that you operate from you, who you truly are. Free and detached from all limitations. Free and detached from the mind. Free and detached from any fixations on how it's supposed to be and when it's supposed to be. You start operating from you and start creating from you, moving forward from you, taking the line actions, doing the right things. We're going to go deeper, way deeper into this in the workshop, Destined Desires. So how do you practice detachment? You need to not be so fixated on the outcome. You need to be focused on the journey. So many people, coaches, including myself in the past, programs, mentors, everywhere you look is all about the outcome. And I'm raising my hand. I'm so guilty of this because I didn't know better. And also, I was just so stuck in that. And I realized that when you're so focused on the outcome, you're so focused on what you don't have yet. And that just breeds so much of what you don't want. It breeds more doubt. It breeds that defeat, that hopelessness, that burnout, that push and that pull and that fight or flight and push even more, that hustle mentality. It breeds more of what it is you don't want. It breeds more of what's actually going to push the exact thing you want away. And that's what keeps it in vibrational escrow, as Abraham Hicks puts it. Because remember, it's already done. It's already created. You've already set it and let it. Right? So instead of being so fixated on, this is what I want to make so much money a month. I want so many clients a month. I want this deep, intimate, loving relationship. I want this. Now, not saying not to want. We all want. We're going to continue wanting. We're going to keep evolving. We're going to keep expanding. We're always going to keep striving. I'm not saying to be stuck and be in a plateau and not grow and not strive. Not saying that at all. I'm just helping you tweak your focus and your approach towards your goals. So stop going after the outcome and start going after the journey. Because it's in the journey of manifesting It's in the journey to the outcome that is really the riches and what really counts. Because when you are focused on the journey, you gain so much. You notice, or this is what comes from the journey, are the lessons, the growth, the ahas, the downloads, the releasing of the old, the shedding, the healing of the traumas, of the wounds, the shedding of the ego, the healing of your body, the healing of your mind, the healing of past lives, the healing of past generations. That's the journey. That's the richness of the journey. And what would happen if we wanted more of that journey? And you might be thinking, well, who wants that? Who wants to cry? Who wants to grow? Who wants to go through the rough patches? But it doesn't always have to be rough. But I do honor that it is very uncomfortable. It's not always the most pleasant experience. But I promise you, one day you're going to look back and be grateful for it. But also, you don't have to wait for that one day to look back and be grateful for it. You can be grateful for it right now. Because that is the magic. That is the power of creating, of manifesting, is the now. And so if you can just sit and sink into the now and sink into this moment and be grateful for who you are right now, be grateful for the growth, be grateful for every lesson, every aha, every revelation, every tear, every joy, every experience of expansion you've had, every lesson, every growing point. Like an example that's coming to mind right now is lots of people ask for financial freedom. And that was one of my goals and still is. And I'm still growing into I've achieved that to one certain level. And now I'm expanding into that next level. And when you ask for what you ask for, you are going to be granted it. And my mentor reminded me the other day that God is going to give you what you ask for. And what you ask for is actually the soul learning. It's not the material things, the house, the clients, the money. And we'll be grateful, thank you, God, blah, blah, you love me. And, I'm so deserving. You remember me. You see me. We think that's God's love. God, source, energy, universe, whatever your powerful word is, your connection word. But God loves you by helping you expand your soul, because that's what you're here for. That's why you're here on earth, to expand your soul. So what if you can be grateful for your expansion right now, for your version of it, your experience and your journey of this expansion? You ask for financial freedom, but you feel very uncomfortable paying your bills. Be grateful for that awareness that, I'm noticing this is really hard. I want to change that. You're more aware of how you spend your money. Be grateful for that. You're aware of how you're consciously choosing to spend your money, maybe less on credit card and being more intentional of the cash that you do have. You're being more intentional how you pay off your credit cards and not putting it as the last thing you think about now. You've learned to be grateful for that, for the support you've had through credit cards, through other resources. And you're actually grateful for whatever cash you do have and that you received that month versus focusing on what you didn't receive, that you didn't hit your income goal. So what would shift and what would start happening in your life if you started focusing on what it is you do have now? And I'm actually going to invite you to not even look at the physical things that you have now. You can, but really go deeper into all of the intangible things that you have. How you have stretched, how you've grown, how you've evolved, how you've developed mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, what you know now that you didn't know yesterday, a month ago, a year ago. Start honoring that now. Start honoring your journey now. And that right there, right now, is what elevates your frequency to actualize what it is that you want. So we need to stop focusing on the outcome and start focusing on the journey, because that's where our power lies. Our power lies in the now. We can control who we are going to be now, how we're going to think, how we're going to feel, how we're going to move next, what actions we're going to take next that are in alignment. And minute by minute, 60 seconds by 60 seconds, or even in 10-second increments, who do I want to be now? How do I want to move now? What's going to feel good now? What feels alive now? What is the most expansive decision I can make now? What step can I take that feels expansive right now? That's the power in your manifesting journey. That's where the power lies, not in the outcome. Remember, you have said it and you're going to let it. Set it and forget it. Because you don't have it in you to not move towards that. You know what you want. In your being, you know what you want, but you need to start moving about it in a different way. When we're so fixated on the outcome, the money goal, the client goal, the getting out of the job goal, all you're going to see is what it is that you don't have yet versus focusing on what it is that you do have. So you're always creating from one of two places, from the having of it or the absence of it. And you right here, right now, can tap into the having of it, because that download, that gift, that skill, that wisdom, that aha you just had, that's about having it, because that's the gift God is giving you. This right now in your journey, this wisdom that you are gaining, the skills, the expansion, the capacity that you are growing into is the having of it. You asked for the thing you wanted. Now God is giving it to you by preparing you for the holding of it. So you have it. You just need to keep deepening into the having of it in the now so that you will hold it. And you will move from a place of trust that you will have it. So my sisters, so my soul brothers, if you're listening too, I really hope this served you. This felt really good to flow. I'm hoping that this really resonates with you. Please take a screenshot and share this on Instagram and tag me at Goddess of Wisdom Coach and let me know how this resonates with you. And also leave a review and let me know. I also do a special gift of when you do tag it, you get $111 credit to use towards any of our live programs. So many goodies here. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode. A reminder to go to goddessofwisdom.ca/destined-desires to sign up for our online workshop to assess and activate your soul's desires, the desires that are meant to come to life for you. It's happening November 1st, and we are doing a special offer for $22, and then we're increasing the price to $55. So go to goddessofwisdom.ca to sign up today. Thank you all so much. Sending you so much love.